as you are very much aware, not only Nigerian Port Authority, but then all these parastatals that are there and are revenue earnings for the government have to think of ways to block revenue and to generate more revenue. What we did in the Nigerian Port Authority is to come up with ways and means of doing that. The first thing that we did is to embark on this e-payment, that is electronic payment. This will reduce interfacing with individuals and making everything to be electronically done. And then also in our operations, we come up with what you call e-SEN, that is electronic ship entry notice, so that whatever comes in is electronically monitored. We also come up with what we call RIMS, that is Revenue Invoicing Management System. In essence, everything is being electronically managed.
President Buhari is doing a lot. He's working on a lot of fronts, a lot of policies and actions like the TSA and blocking revenues. What are you doing at the NPA to support the president in his new policy drive?
Well, what we are trying to do is to assist in diversifying revenue sources. And one of it is to see if we can try and ginger up in terms of export earnings. And we are trying to partner with the other sector of the economy, like Ministry of Agriculture, the Export Promotion Council, all these places we have written to them so that we have empty containers in the ports. And normally when they are going out, they go empty. And we are trying to encourage others to see if they can come in and use these empty containers to export their goods, more especially agricultural produce and mining as well. If people are solid minerals, for example, if these empty containers can be utilized instead of them going out like that. It takes some time. So you have to sensitize people. You have to make people aware of what is happening. But we have started doing that.
Talk to us about concessioning. That was about 12 years ago. Has it really worked? Do you think that was the right policy for the government to have taken by that time?
Oh, yes. I always say that. The concession, to me, is a decision that was the right direction. What brought the concession? The concession was brought in because of the port reforms, as a result of the port reform, so that at least you'll have less government in economic activity, and more especially in the maritime sector. So people, that is private individuals were given chance, private firms were asked to come in and bid for the rental of the operations of the ports, and this is how the concession came in. There is now competition. Instead of the Nigerian Port Authority running the ports themselves, owning the port, running the operation, now they just own the port, but allow individuals to come in and run the ports. And these individuals are there to compete among themselves. So when you are importing or exporting goods, you go for the best, and it becomes more competitive. And that's what whole business is all about, actually.
In a manner of speaking, what type of private sector NPA relationship do you have in terms of the private companies, whether they're joint ventures?
We engage ourselves in technical partnership with some companies. We started with the Lagos Channel Management, and we invited a foreign firm and formed a company that is called with that name, Lagos Channel Management, that is LCM. The acronym. So their responsibility in this regard is to manage the channel, that is the Lagos channel. And NPA owns 60%, has 60% ownership of the company, and the technical partners own 40% of the company. From there, we went to the other area that is in Port Harcourt and Oni. that is the Bonny Channel Company, we call it BCC, where we also invited, it was a bidding, and one of the biggest dredgers in the world, that is Dredging International, also won, and we went into partnership with them. The same arrangement, we own 60% of it, and 40% is owned by Dredging International, and we formed a company called Bonny Channel Company. We also try to do the same thing in, with Calabar, which is still ongoing, and we are trying to sort out some initial problems. And I think later on we'll also go into the Escravos River, that is the Wari area, whereby we'll also try and come up with that. You can see that the initial depths of the Lagos Channel was about 8 meters, 10 meters. Now we are reaching 13, 14 meters. And bigger vessels, one of the biggest vessels that comes into West African sub-region is coming to Lagos Port, Apapa Port and Tinkan Island ports, and also the other one in Bonny is coming to Oni Port. That is WAPMAX, the West African Maximum, which carry a very heavy load of containers and other goods.
One very difficult, naughty issue where you do business that the roads lead in there, the Apapa Oshodi Expressway and what have you. What are you doing about it? Are you able to do anything about it? Is it something that you would like to do if you have maybe the money or perhaps the approval?
I wish government would give us the responsibility of taking over that road, because it really affected us.
You have the money to do it?
Well, if we are allowed to, the money that we raised with time, of course, why not? We can do it. We did something like that in the fort. If you go to Apapa Port, that is the LPC Lagos Port Complex, you'll find out that we built, we constructed a 1.6 kilometer road. Of course, it consumed a lot of money, but we are able to successfully do it, and it was done quite nicely. You can go and see it now.
What's your revenue target?
As I said, I'm trying to see if we can raise about 1.8. If we can surpass that, then that will be good. $1 billion.
You sure you can make that?
Yeah, if the economy improves, why not? We can even be much higher than that. It all depends on the economy. As I said, anywhere in the world, port is reliant on imports and exports. So it's the level of things that goes in that comes in and go out, that is determining that. Of course, there are other areas that people are not very much aware of, and that is the estate aspect of it, whereby we give people, we lease our lands to individuals to come and invest. We are making tremendous improvement. In fact, more than 100% improvement on that aspect of revenue generation. And we are coming to that. We are trying to come up with some ideas on how best we can utilize our land in order to generate more revenue.